are and what you're doing now.
Hi, Silvia. Well, my name is Marion Silvestrini. I am a physics graduate from Brazil, from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul, which is in the south of Brazil. And at the moment, I'm doing my PhD there. And last year, I got a scholarship to work here in the Sapienza University with Alberto Giacomello. So I'm very happy to be here. So I'm doing my PhD now in physics, and my project is to understand what happens when you place a droplet on a surface. It can be a water droplet or an oil or any liquid that's you want. And the question that I want to answer is, okay, so when I place the droplet, does it wet the surface? Does it not wet? And in each case, why? So there is some parameter from the surface or the type of liquid that have an effect on the wetting of that droplet. That's a very interesting project because it has many technological applications. For example, the basic example that we can think is the self-cleaning surface, right? When you have, like, I don't know, like some clothes that you can drop wine, for example, and it doesn't stain. So that's a basic example. There's another very interesting application is that when you engineer a type of coating and you apply that coating on power cells, you can increase their efficiency. So that means that you generate more power. So it's a very interesting project and has many applications. That's just one of them. For example, you can also use these type of coatings into ships, and then you can increase the efficiency of the fuel.
How your passion for science was born? Do you have any role model of woman in science at home or at the university?
Yes, I do have. I have a lot. My passion for science was born actually from when I was very little, because my mom is an engineer and she's a professor at one of the best public universities in Brazil. So I grew up in a house that talked science every dinner, and my father is also an engineer, so they talked about turbulence and planes and stuff like that every dinner. So it was a path quite easy to follow, right? And then the advisor of my PhD, it's called Carolina Brito. She has a very interesting project that's called Girls in Science, where she goes to public schools and then she talks to young girls about science, and then she takes those girls to see the planetary or to see the university. So that's very interesting. And also from the physics department in Brazil, there's Marcia Barbosa. She was the head of the physics department for quite some time. And it's an interesting fact that it's because of her that women in our public university have now the right of maternity leave during the PhD. So it was her doing that, and that's very interesting. So yes, I do have some interesting role models in science.
It's a really, really nice conversation, and let's see what the future will do for you.
Yes, thank you, Silvia. Thank you for having me.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.